Trash, man. What are we doing? Welcome back, guys, to our must-see DMV instant reaction to Washington's epic loss against the Detroit Lions in Week 2 of the 2022 NFL season. I'm here with my boys, Abdullah, Evan, as you guys know, from the DMVSportsZone group. And Abdullah, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this loss?
This defense is so bad that I can't put it into words. Jack Del Rio should have been gone a long time ago with all the comments that he made this offseason, just being in the news, and then this week calling out your star linebacker. I know some people don't find that a big deal, but again, it's just it's terrible. It's unbelievable. You make Jared Goff look like Joe Montana. 4 touchdowns over I don't know how many yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, their number one receiver, and he's that wide open. DeAndre Swift, I mean, and their offensive line was literally makeshift. I think they had 2 starters out. It's inexcusable. I understand Chase Young is out, but Chase Young is one person. And even if you insert Chase Young in this game, is he really going to make that much of a difference? I don't know. But at the end of the day, it is inexcusable. It is, and he has to go. It's nothing much else said.
I told y'all last week, bro. I told y'all last week that if you overlook Detroit and you look ahead to the Eagles, that we was going to lose this game. You saw what happened in the first half. Overlooked the Lions. They wasn't focused. Defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Offense somehow only got 1 first down for the whole half. You got to actually try to be that bad. And it's like, I don't really care about the missed 2-point conversion. I don't really care about the late touchdown. I don't care about none of that because all of that could have been avoided, bro. You know how we could have avoided it? By actually focusing on the Lions. Because you could tell some people in that locker room, probably some people on that coaching staff, thought this was a gimme. They thought this was a guaranteed win. But let me tell you something. There ain't nothing guaranteed in the National Football League. Bro, even the Jets are liable to beat you. You saw what the Jets did a couple years ago to the Rams. Don't think that can't happen to you, bro. Don't think that can't happen. I mean, like, all that said, like, the season ain't like this. Like, we ain't win the Super Bowl last week. We ain't get knocked out the playoffs this week. Like, there's still plenty of time. But, bro, we got to focus back up, man. We got to focus back up. We can't be out here doing this no more.
Yeah, I mean, you guys touched on a lot of things. I will say this. I was planning after the first half, I was planning to come on here and roast Carson Wentz, but he did redeem himself in the second half. The team put up 27 points. That should be enough for you to win against the Lions. But this defense is atrocious, bro. It's atrocious. And let me say this. I've been on the Amon-Ra St. Brown train for a minute now. I mentioned him in the live stream, mentioned him throughout the offseason. I think he's a legit receiver in this league. He's like not yet being an elite receiver, but I think his time is going to come for sure. I really believe in that kid. And DeAndre Swift, I mean, we all saw what he did his rookie year in 2020 against us. I mentioned this in the live stream. 16 carries, 81 yards on the ground, a touchdown. He had like a bunch of yards to the receiving game as well. And I mean, this game, he was electric even with a bum ankle. Right? He was questionable going into this game. But, I mean, the defense was atrocious. All this talk about the offensive line of the Lions. Oh, they're missing 3 starters. Oh, we got all these first-round picks on our defense. Jonathan Allen was playing. He was questionable going into the game. Oh, we're going to pounce. We're going to get a bunch of sacks. We're going to force a lot of pressures. When the exact opposite happened for this team. The Detroit Lions defensive line was ravishing through our offensive line. Aiden Hutchinson had 3 sacks. Could have had 4 sacks today. The rookie in his second career game in the NFL. They had 6 sacks total, I believe, on that Lions defensive line. Our offensive line was ragdolled the entire game. I want to hear no excuses about it. No excuses. Chase Roulier, both of our guards, everybody was trash today. And we had some good moments, right? Curtis Samuel, I mean, I think he's going to be a legit weapon for us the entire season. Terry McLaurin, after literally not getting targeted at all the entire first half, did a lot of good things in the second half.
Carson
Dodson
juked a man.
Thank you, Carson Wentz.
He had the weakest move ever, and it worked.
I know, and
it's still hilarious.
It still worked, and it still worked.
Man's practically just stood there.
Yeah. I mean, it still worked. I mean, in terms of our offensive weapons, besides Antonio Gibson, who still can't run the ball. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care his speed and all that. This man's averages so few yards on the ground. His vision is terrible. We need Brian Robinson back ASAP. Antonio Gibson in the receiving game is a different story. He does some good things, although he did have a drop today. But, I mean, Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, and Logan Thomas all had pretty good games to very good games, right? And so you can't really blame any one of those guys. J.D. McKissic even did some good things in the receiving game. But, I mean, I fault the entire defense on this, the offensive line as well. And Scott Turner doesn't get an excuse as well. The play calling was not great for most of the game. We started to turn things on towards the end, but I was literally yelling at the screen saying, why run this play? Why run the same play twice? Why? And then Robert Bear, why are we going for it? Why are we going for it for a 2-point conversion? I still don't understand that. And I know there was a tweet out there saying that's a Vegas move if you haven't seen one. Like that's literally like you're really betting the odds on that. But that made no sense to me. And that really hurt us towards the end of the game when freaking Joey Sly, the guy who a lot of fans love because he has muscles and all that, literally missed a field goal or an extra point. And, he's missed field goals in the past, right, for our team. And that put us down 9 points, right? If it was an 8-point game, we might have not had to kick an onside kick and maybe just force, although with our defense, I don't know if it would have been a possibility, but force, a 3-and-out and gotten him back on offense and maybe driven down the field and scored a touchdown. But I'm sorry, guys, for that rant.
Keep going, dude. It was
just
I mean, it's just like we expect better from this team. We talked up this team from last week and how, great the resilience, right, towards the end of that game. Carson Wentz threw 2 straight touchdowns after 2 bad picks. And, Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson also had great showings. I mean, Jahan Dotson is going to be bro. Let's talk about him. Let's get to the highlight. Jahan Dotson. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Evan, let's start with you.
Man, after he done gave us a heart attack, I don't know if I'm ever going to let him get past that. He done gave us a heart attack in April when we traded back to get him. But, man, this man, Jahan Dotson, has proven every bit of the reason why we traded back for him. Because, bro, if you look back in the third quarter when the offense finally got going, who was the spark plug? Jahan Dotson. And then right before the missed PAT, who was the one that scored the touchdown? And we was thinking maybe, just maybe, the door is still open. Jahan Dotson. Yeah. Who is the rookie touchdown leader through 2 games with 3 touchdowns, 2 in the fourth quarter? Jahan Dotson. This man is absolutely like a beast, a dog. Like, he's a go-getter. And, bro, let me tell you, I know it's early to be talking like this, but we need to make sure that man is in DC his whole career.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Yeah, go ahead, Nadi.
No, I was just gonna say best hands on the team, arguably right now, right? I mean,
yeah,
he's catching everything.
The first big play of the second half, an amazing catch downfield, and the touchdown, just amazing concentration. Jahan is just really special, and we, like Evan said, we got to make sure he's here for the long run. But I mean, again, it sucks so much because it's just the offense is so stagnant and it's so explosive, but we waited so long for it to show, and it happened today.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of that was Scott Turner was afraid to dial up any passing plays past the line of scrimmage for a bit. The play calling got ridiculously conservative in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And for what reason? We were down how many points at that point, right? I mean, it's kind of understandable when our play calling was conservative in the third quarter of last game, right? When we were up. I mean, I don't think it's justified at all, right? You can't keep your foot off the gas at all when you're playing another NFL team. But
I can understand that more than what our play calling was today, man. For the entire first half, I cannot tell you the number of times I literally yelled at my screen saying, "What was that play call? What are we doing?" But yeah, I agree with some of the people in the chat. Like, okay, yeah, let's start, bro. When I saw this play, bro, when I saw this play live, I was like, man, we just cannot have nice things as a fan base. This man was sitting down.
15 too. That play was 3rd and 15.
That was a Washington play, as you like to call it.
He was sitting down.
It was tipped.
He was sitting down. Yeah, he was sitting down. He was tipped. He sat down, caught the pass, got back up. Not only got the first down, got a touchdown. Bro, our defense is atrocious, man.
That's the stuff you see in college football, not in the NFL, but of course.
Well, I mean, in college though, he would have been down.
In college,
right?
that's down.
Well, yeah. But like, you know, just like,
maybe in Madden or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, man, and I always, sometimes when I like to say, oh, I'm right on certain players, whatever. But I'll admit I'm wrong. Like, for example, William Jackson III, when we originally got him, I was high on him. I thought he would be, pretty solid cornerback for us. He's had some good moments, but for the most part, it's been a lot of mid to not good at all, right? Kendall Fuller, he had a couple of good pass deflections today, a couple good pass deflections in week 1 as well, right? But like the inconsistencies, I cannot back. Oh my, Benjamin St. Juste, bro. What was that one play at the very beginning of the game, bro, when he was in the slot and he just got lost and Amon-Ra St. Brown? That was the first big play, I think, by the at least the Lions passing game. Amon-Ra St. Brown got wide open in the middle of the field. The Lions, arguably the best offensive player, period, got wide open middle of the field. And yeah, like what is up with our secondary? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Secondary, like a lot of people had bad games today. Secondary as a whole, terrible, man. Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. It's like, I don't know if it's more on Jack Del Rio or it's just, or we don't have good players in the secondary. It sucks. We really need Cameron Crowe back. And
I thought he was going to play today.
Yeah, I thought he was going to play too. I will say Derek Forrest, aside from that one bad angle he took on that swift long run, I thought he was great out there when it comes to tackling and maybe coverage a little bit off. But at the end of the day, like, if like this is looking like that team that we were with Kirk Cousins, where our offense was good but our defense was trash, where last year and the year before our defense was good and our offense was bad. So just can never be on the same page.
Yeah. I mean, this is a common sentiment right now across social media. Bro, what does Jack Del Rio do good? What does he do well? Like
deflect.
Evan, the floor is
deflects. That's what he does well. Deflects. But what would have 100% sealed the deal for Jack Del Rio to be gone today? If instead of criticizing Jamin publicly, if he would have actually complimented him. He would have he did that, he would have been gone, bro. He would have been gone up out of here.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Jamin, he had that one nice sack.
He did.
Very beginning. Really good. I think for all of our criticism of Jamin Davis, I think the one good thing that he does well is rush the passer. I think we can agree on that. Last couple games, even like last season as well, they brought in not as many times as we would like, right? On blitzes and on pressures, but I think that's definitely something that we need to take more advantage of from Jamin Davis. But yeah, coaching. Jamin had a solid game. Jack defends himself very well. Yeah, and also, let's be honest with ourselves, guys. A lot of Panthers fans, when we hired Ron Rivera, beyond like the whole, he's a great person, you guys are going to love him in DC, one of the criticisms that I kept hearing was Ron is loyal to a fault, right? Like he's loyal to his guys. He doesn't get rid of them, whether it be players or coaches. And I think that's kind of hurting us with Jack Del Rio because, like, I'm telling you, besides 2020, like since the end of the 2020 season, I haven't seen much from Jack Del Rio, if at all, right? In terms of him being a great defensive coordinator. And I really think, like a lot of people are saying on social media right now, the game might have just passed him by, and maybe he just lost his touch. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. We have. I don't even want to get to it, but like, we do have some talent on our defense, but like, we're not good, like, at all. It just sucks. It sucks. Jackson is a man corner, and they play him in zone. I mean, when have we heard that before, right? Misusing our players, not putting them in the right position to succeed. But yeah, I mean, there are so many moments from this game. Let's talk about Aiden Hutchinson, man. What are your guys' thoughts? Abdullah, we'll start with you.
3 sacks. I mean, what? And he got hurt too. Who knows how many more he could have gotten?
First half.
First
All
half.
3 in the first
sacks.
half.
Like, dude, I was like, it's crazy. I don't know. This offensive line, I don't know what happened. It just, I mean, the second half, I think Carson got sacked, like, I think only once. That was towards the end of the game, or twice. But again, it's a rookie, and I know he's great and all, but we're supposed to have this solid offensive line, and yeah, $50 million on corners. Just so many things, happen. And it hurts more because it's not the fact that the Lions are a bad team. I think the Lions are a decent team. And the culture.
Thank you. Please. Thank you. Seriously, because
it's just the fact that the missed opportunities that were like, if we lost the Lions, we put up a good fight. I'm happy, but when we had the game in our hands, and it's just that, it's just it hurts a lot.
Aiden Hutchinson, an absolute dog, but how do you not double team him like at any point, bro?
We did in the second half a little bit. I saw it a little bit. But your point is valid. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like, he a dog. He was my pick for defensive rookie of the year, but goodness gracious, man. It just seems like out the gate, there was no game plan for Aiden Hutchinson. Like, none. Like, at all.
Yeah.
Like I know he's only in his second game, but bro, did they not have film from the last week's game? Was there no film? Because like the whole O-line just came out looking like they had no idea what to expect to do.
Yeah. And there's so much to touch on from this game. Deron Payne had a sack, did some good things, forcing collapsing the pocket a little bit. Jonathan Allen, I mean, he had a groin injury. I get it. I'm going to be honest. He's probably my my second favorite player on this team. But I'm going to be honest, didn't do too much out there. But he was going into the game injured pretty much with his groin injury. I'm not trying to make excuses, but like he was hobbled. We'll see if he improves upon this performance next week. But I mean, our defensive line overall. What the heck happened to Montez Sweat?
I don't know, but I'm going to go back to Allen real quick. I feel like the logic with him was better to lose a game than to lose the season, like in September. But, Sweat, yeah, you're right, man. I don't know. Like, the Lions' interior O-line was hurt. Their exterior O-line was not. So they did a good job of game planning on Sweat. And I guess credit where it's due to the next man up mentality, but goodness gracious, bro.
Yeah.
They was missing 3 starters on their O-line, and we still couldn't get no pressure on Goff until like the second half.
Sure, Goff.
The only I'm starting to remember now. So the only time I distinctly remember Montez Sweat in the middle of a play was when they ran that jet sweep to Amon-Ra St. Brown. It was like 40. Bro, that was such a deflator, man. I remember texting in our group chat saying, oh my gosh, we're only down by 7. And literally like that, the play right after that, or 2 plays right after that, Amon-Ra St. Brown, jet sweep, 40 yards, 40 freaking yards down the field on a run play. Montez Sweat just got like, it was a jet sweep, but I think Montez Sweat was going like towards the quarterback, and that left a lot of open room for Amon-Ra. I mean, it looked like he could have gone the distance, but I think it was Benjamin St-Juste who tracked him down. But yeah, I mean, that was really the only time I saw Montez Sweat in the middle of a play, and it was for a very bad reason. But Yeah. Tim, bro, like I said, Tim, I texted you this, bro. Monterey St. Brown is legit. He's the real deal. He's been the real deal since the second half of last season. I've known more of him because of fantasy reasons. But as I've started to watch more highlights and started obviously seeing him this game go up against us, he's a legit receiver. He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem for sure. But yeah, I agree with you. Our defense, I mean, we really put no one on Amon-Ra. Terry was 0 catches the entire first half. We could talk about this. I don't think we mentioned this before, but I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on Dax Milne in the return game?
There is no return game, man.
There is no return game.
We should have never let go of DeAndre Carter.
Oh my god, dude! DeAndre Carter was really he's balling for the Chargers. I just don't get why we let him go,
bro.
With DeAndre Carter, this was a different game, man. With DeAndre Carter, we might have actually lucked into some points in the first half.
Team is trying to go cheap. That's why. Because didn't Carter? I mean, Milne's on his rookie contract. Carter got somewhat of a deal with the Chargers, but
that deal was cheap too.
I know, but like pennies, we're talking about pennies here. But yeah, I agree with you, Evan, man. Like, bro, you notice what the Lions were starting to do? Like, or it's starting. They started to do really like after the first couple returns. They literally were kicking it on like their kickoffs. They were kicking it so that it didn't reach the end zone. Yeah. So then they would actually have to return it. And there was only one time when I think Dax Milne got to like the 30-yard line or whatever. But there were a couple times where he couldn't even get to the 25 and stuff. I mean, that's strategic on the Lions' part, right? Trying to get us not to field kicks and stuff and not allow us to start at the 25 because they knew our return game was absolutely sticking up the joint today. But yeah, man, Dax Milne. But what else? What else can we talk about?
Oh,
Logan Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to the Hokie Logan Thomas for scoring one leg. I'm still surprised this man's playing. I thought he was going to be back in like week 4, week 5. Going back to the Scott Turner, when we're down by a lot, there's no point of getting cute. There was just one play I remember when McGibson had the handoff, threw it back to Wentz, and Cam Sims was down there, and the Detroit Lions cornerback like dropped the pick, and it looked like he was the receiver. I think it was Tracy Walker. Even the commentators was confused by that. It's just when you're down by a lot, just don't get cute. And going back to those 2 red zone plays with a 2-minute warning, the same play over. It's so predictable and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I still don't know where Carson Wentz is throwing. I mean, if he was trying to throw it deep, should have threw it towards the sideline and not the middle of the field. I mean, there's nobody there. But I will say this in terms of the commentators. Okay, so I vehemently disagreed with them when they said they didn't say word for word dumb decision, but like they disagreed with the us going for it on 4th down when we were on like the 28-yard. Yeah, but that play, like that. Yeah, but that play, like
why
they were like,
wouldn't we go for it there?
Exactly. That was my thought. Like we're down 2 scores, start of the 4th quarter. Like I was literally telling myself before the commercial break, I hope they go for it. And then the commentators were like, "Oh, that's a bad decision. I wouldn't do that." Yada yada yada. I don't know, Bill. Did you have thoughts on that?
No, it's the same. Like, why is that a bad decision? It was a risky play call because if the corner was following Terry, it would have been an easy tackle for loss. But I mean, I don't know. It needed to be done, and I'm happy it happened. But at the end of the day, like, the result was the result.
Yeah. Then I mean, Logan Thomas again got a touchdown. I mean, Logan Thomas, he looks healthy. He looks healthy out there, and I think he's going to be a weapon for us. I think we have all the weapons on offense besides B-Rob, who I think is, bro, like I said at the beginning, our run game is not it right now. It's not it. Oh, another thing in the live stream, and I know, Abdullah, you probably mentioned this as well. All this talk about the Lions' rush defense being so bad and us having to take advantage of it, that was one of my keys to victory. Run it down the Lions' throats. Our run game was non-existent. Non-existent. I mean, I'm not going to say he sucks, Reggie Reg. I get the frustration, though. Our running game was non-existent. Even, oh, my gosh, towards the end of the game. towards the end of the game when it was 1st and goal, and they gave it to Gibson twice, and he couldn't get into the end zone before the 2-minute warning when we needed to, just for time reasons and stuff. This was before the Joey Slye missed extra point, which obviously made things not matter after that. But like, bro, I don't know, Evan, do you have like a counter or something to this? Because like I don't know, man. I'm not. And again, this is another thing I think I'm going to say it. I was wrong on him. I thought Antonio Gibson was going to be a better runner. Or at this point, he was going to be much improved. But, like, we see great things out of him in the receiving game. But I feel like a run game will continue to be non-existent. It doesn't matter who we're playing until B-Rob comes back. But,
I'm the optimist here, but I'm not blind. We was ass today.
I mean, yeah. It's just supposed to be a porous rush defense. We didn't do anything. Like at one point, it was 8 carries for like 28 yards or something like that from Gibson. Might have not even been 28. I think it was 26. Yeah, it was 26 yards. I don't know what he finished with. I'm looking that up right now, but it's just unacceptable. Oh my gosh, it's even worse. He finished 14 carries for 28 yards. He has 14 carries for 58 yards on the season thus far. No touchdowns.
You say Gibson?
Yeah.
He got
14
one
carries.
today, didn't he?
He had a touchdown.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he had a touchdown. My bad. Wait, what is going on with? Okay, Google's weird right now. So in game stats, it's showing that he scored a touchdown against the Lions, but then for career stats,
Gibson did though. He had a
no.
touchdown.
I know. No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, like, for the career stats, look up Antonio Gibson's stats right now on Google. On career stats, it's not coming up, like, but it's coming up for game stats. If that makes sense. So I just think they didn't update their system. Like maybe I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, 14 carries, 28 yards. You did get a rushing touchdown. You're right. You reached for the end zone. Got to give him credit for that. But for us to win this game, we needed to have more of a run game.
For us to win this game, we needed a first half.
That's also true. Yeah.
We didn't have
or even just one quarter, man. Just anything.
We didn't have a first down until like the 2-minute warning. I'm pretty sure around that time.
No, it was like the 7-minute mark of the.
7-minute mark.
Quarter,
my
but
bad.
It's still sad nonetheless.
It's still sad, yeah. Because they were showing like a mark of them having more points than our total yards at one point. It was sucks.
Yeah. I agree. I'm still high on B-Rob. Still high on B-Rob once he comes back.
At this point, why wouldn't you be?
All right. Yeah. But it's also sad that, like, even for as much as we love B-Rob, it's sad that right now we're literally, like, pleading for B-Rob to come back. A guy that got shot 2.5 weeks ago, right? 2.5, 3 weeks ago. We're pleading him to come back and really save our rushing offense because, like, I that's a little sad. That's a little sad. But I agree. I think he has a lot of potential. But some other points, I don't want to hold you guys, Evan and Abdullah, too long. Also, the people in the chat. But some other points we can get to, maybe Carson Wentz, when we were, I think we were down 2 scores, had a terrible interception, loves to sail it high. It was on Logan Thomas. 6'6" target, sail it high. I mean, let's grade it out. Like, what did you guys think about the Carson Wentz performance from today?
All in all, I give it a C. I mean, like, the way it started, it could have been way worse. He did pick it up in the second half, and I do have to give him credit for that. I mean, garbage time or not, he put us at a position to where we could have realistically come back to at least tie the game, but just couldn't finish the job. But I'm gonna give him a C.
I'm going to give him a B. I think the offensive line didn't help him at all that first half. I think without him, if we had any other QB on that, obviously, we wouldn't be anywhere close in this game. Obviously, it's crazy how he's sailing the ball when he's 6'6" and his target's 6'6". But at the same time, it's like, you still got us in this game. We could have obviously just folded and just kept on getting blown out by like 40 but it bounced back and we were within 1 score and the defense just let us down.
Yeah, I'll give him a C+. That first half was an F. Absolute F. Garbage.
And his final and this is why people need to watch the games. Like we watch the games so we can actually critique Carson Wentz. But I have a friend who is a Carson Wentz stan. I don't know why. He's in Chicago. He's a Carson Wentz stan. And he always tells me, "Oh, like look at Carson Wentz. Like he's putting up the stats. Like he's a legit quarterback. Yada yada yada." And I'm like, and even his stat line from this game, I don't think was actually too bad, right? Like his final stats,
not too bad at all. I'm about to pull it up on. About to pull it up right now. So
337 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 65% completion percentage, almost 100 rating. Not bad at all. But the issue is like a lot of that's
got sacked 5 times.
That's one issue. You got to blame the offensive line for sure. Did not give him enough time. But also I'm not gonna lie though, there were a couple times where he like literally walked into sacks. Like I don't know if you guys remember, I think it was a Charles Leno sack where he literally was backing up and like backed up into the sack, if that makes sense, with the defensive lineman behind him. So there are a couple times when he was walking himself into sacks, and he's done that in the past. But for the most part, I agree. Like offensive line was just trash, and it's giving up way too many pressures. But again, like the stat line doesn't look bad. He has 7 touchdowns and 3 picks on the season. He has almost 650 yards through the air, 65.76 completion percentage. So if you look at the stats, he hasn't started off that bad at all. But if you look at like what we saw today over the course of the game, I completely understand why Evan gave him a C. I even understand Abdullah's B, and obviously my C+ as well. But yeah, I think he was definitely inconsistent in this game. But I don't know if you guys agree with me. I think it was actually he might have been, in terms of like towards the end of the game, right? I honestly think he was keeping us in it, which is what you want to see out of the quarterback position. But by that time, we were already down by 22 points. we scored 0 points in the first half. So it's like it's a mixed bag for sure.
Yeah, one thing I got to give Carson credit for, whenever we've needed a score, especially in the fourth quarter, he's gotten it for us. Whenever we've needed a drive put together, he's been able to do it. Like hopefully this remains as true in December as it is right now here in week 2. But he's done well so far. Like I don't think it's been a while since we've had this level of production in the fourth quarter at the quarterback position. I mean, he might not be the final answer. Don't get me wrong. He might not be the final answer. He's at least a step in the right direction, though.
Yeah. He's not the reason we're not winning games. I'll say that too.
He could. That last game. No, I mean that last game he could have easily lost us. But then he bounced back.
I agree with it.
Speaking of that, we gotta talk about. I know we talk about this game a lot. The Colts. They lost 24-0.
All right.
And supposedly Matt Ryan was an upgrade over Carson.
We done beat the best team in the AFC South. What now?
Okay. Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
We done beat the best team in the AFC South.
All right. I agree with you guys.
The ultimate participation trophy.
Yeah, absolutely abysmal performance. I don't even think Jonathan Taylor did much on the ground. But what I do want to say, you guys might have seen this tweet. There was a point in the first quarter, Carson Wentz was already wetting the bed when there were Commanders fans, and I know you guys saw the tweets. There were Commanders fans saying, "Ha ha ha! Look at Matt Ryan! Look at this! Look what he's doing against the Jacksonville Jaguars!" The irony of these same fans watching Carson Wentz do literally nothing in the entire first half. I'll give you this: he definitely had a better game than Matt Ryan for sure today. He definitely did. But I just find it ironic where, like, we talk about, obviously, Carson Wentz is in Jim Irsay's head for sure, right? But I definitely think Matt Ryan is in some Commanders fans' heads for sure. Because what gives you the instinct to go out there and tweet, Matt Ryan sucks, ha ha ha, the Colts didn't get an improvement at quarterback, when watching our quarterback literally do nothing for most of the first quarter. At that point, I think the tweets came out in the first quarter. So we did literally nothing on offense. And at that point, the Jacksonville Jaguars already scored. So I get what you guys are about to say. You're about to say Matt Ryan is not the answer in Indy. I get it. But I also
At least
don't
our
understand
quarterback
those
can
fans.
score on the Jaguars, though.
Yeah. Besides in the third quarter. Yeah.
My man's really was more productive against Jacksonville in 3 minutes than Matt Ryan was in the entire game, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, Eagles next week, right? That's gonna be a tough one.
All right. I got a good take on the Eagles one. The Eagles game, it ain't nothing that we didn't already know it was. It's a must-win now. We already knew that, though. It's a statement game. Or at least we'd like it to be a statement game. We already knew that, though. So if anything, this L today should give us more reason to want to go out there and take their damn heads off, bro. Like, that's all this is.
You know what this game also showed? This game also showed what a lot of us, including Tim and I, who were talking on our live stream before this game, a lot of us thought going into the season, and that the Eagles are the best team in the division. A lot of people were talking about how the Eagles gave up a lot of points to the Lions. At the end of the last game, they were up by 2 scores, made it a close game at the end. But the difference between the Eagles and us is that the Eagles can close out the Lions and get a W. And at this point, maybe things might change as the season goes along. But at this point, we can. Yeah. When, though? We're talking about 2020? What about last season?
It also sucks that the Giants are also first in the NFC East right now.
Oh, they beat the Panthers?
All that means is it's early.
Yeah.
Because do we really think the Giants are the best team in this division?
No.
Not with Danny Dimes.
So them being first in the division only means it's early, bro. We got time. Like, the L today was bad, but our season ain't over yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, we can talk about it. Let's wrap this live stream up. Eagles, week 3, September 15th, I think. Or 15th, 25th, I'm sorry. Next Sunday, 1 p.m.
26th. 25th. 25th.
Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on that matchup? Start with Evan on this one.
Key to the game, take Miles Sanders, make him run inside. Make him go up against Deron Payne, make him feel Jonathan Allen, and even get Jamin Davis in there. We know he's going to stop in the run. Make them come inside, bro.
Good.
Contain Jalen Hurts, easier said than done. The crowd's going to try to get into Carson's head. Offense, just keep doing what you're doing.
The game is here.
It will be at
Oh,
home.
is it here?
It's
Oh,
here.
is it
I
home?
mentioned that. Yeah, it will be at home.
My bad. I thought it was away. My bad. Well, if that's the case, get into Jalen Hurts' head. Defense Jack Doria needs a better game plan. This is so Trevor Lawrence wasn't. This is our first test for mobile QBs as the defense. Jalen Hurts can do it all. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. I believe in our offense. It's all about the defense.
Yeah, I mean, for as much as some of us want Jack Del Rio fired right now, he probably won't be. So yeah, I agree with you. He needs to have a better game plan against Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has done some good things against us the last couple of times we played him, particularly with his legs. For as much as people like to say, "Oh, he's not a real quarterback, he can't throw it," he can definitely against this defense. He can definitely beat us through the air as well. So we gotta make sure we come right on defense as best as possible with the guys that we have and with the coaches that we have. And on offense, I mean, do some of the same things we did today, but don't start off slow. Don't start off 22-0 with the Eagles winning. I definitely think we have a chance against the Eagles. I definitely think it's not an easy dub for the Eagles at any point. Like even tomorrow night, right? The Eagles will be playing the Vikings, so we'll see. We'll know a lot more about this team that we got coming up by Tuesday morning. But yeah, I definitely think we need to contain Jalen Hurts. We need to do a good part on AJ Brown as well, who had an absolutely crazy week 1. And we already saw Monroe go off. We saw DeAndre Swift go off. So we need to contain arguably the Eagles' best offensive player right now in AJ Brown. And yeah, we'll see if we have a chance. It is at home. We'll be back to FedEx Field. I don't know if we're going to be honest here. I don't know if we'll have a full stadium of Commanders fans just because the Eagles fans travel well
especially when it comes to when playing against us. But for the fans that are there, hopefully, you know, they bring the energy and we get the W. But yeah.
Oh, so take David Mayo off the field. I cringe every
For
time.
who though?
I don't
For
know.
who?
Just I don't know. Evan,
You
can
want
go
John
in for
Bostic?
David- Evan, you can go in for David Mayo, dude. Anybody but David Mayo.
I mean, shoot, give me a helmet. Give me a helmet. I'm going in.
Yeah, at least still have the energy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, bro. But
Oh man.
that's gonna be a wrap on this live stream. Thank you guys so much, the OGs of the DMV Sports Stream. Appreciate you guys coming in. What's up, man? Sad day bad coaching today. Yep, sad day for sure. But let's keep our hopes up. It's a long season. We've only gone through 2 games. Even for a guy as realistic, pessimistic, whatever you want to call me, trying to keep my hopes up, and hopefully you guys do too. And with that being said, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the DMV Sports Zone channel. I like to post fire content like this as much as possible. Also, go follow our Twitter page at DMV Sports Zone, Instagram page, all lowercase DMV Sports Zone, and our TikTok page at DMV Sports Zone as well. Not a great day, but we got week 3 coming up on Sunday. Hopefully we can beat the Eagles. That game will count for more. Divisional game, divisional foe. But see you guys on the next one. A lot more content coming at you guys this week. Peace.